Hi, my name is Tamara Skinner. Today we're going to talk about furthering your education. I'm 37 years old, I'm married, and I have 4 children, and I've decided to further my education by going back to college. Some of us, we already know what we want to do when we graduate high school. We want to go to college and get a career in something we really want to do. Others of us, we just want to get a job and not worry about school for a while. But most jobs nowadays, they want you to have a high school diploma or a GED with a career readiness certificate, which can show an employer where you can be placed in a job or how far you can go on a job. When you can just go to college and get a degree or certificate in something that you really want to do with your life. It can be very beneficial to you, your family, or your future family. You can go back to school at any age. There are plenty of adults, working professionals that are taking advantage of going back to college and furthering their education or getting additional degrees. According to the U.S. Department of Education's National Center for Education, statistics demand for continuing education for adults aged 35 or older, and it was to grow by 7% until 2016. Cornerstone University at cornerstoneuniversity.edu states that in 2014, there were approximately 12 million students that were at the age of 24 and younger, and 8.2 million students at the age of 25 and older. Of course, you want to know why. For years, college education has been associated with young adults who are trying to prepare for a career. Yes, there have been inspirational stories of older people returning to school to complete their education, but those stories have been few and far between. Some of these reasons that people are returning to college is one, because they were forced into early retirement. Many individuals are finding themselves retiring earlier than expected. The reasons for this are numerous, including downturns at their companies, economic recessions, health complications, family complications, and more. This puts them in a difficult situation, forcing them to confront a reality they never expected. A recent study by Voya Financial found that a whopping 60% of Americans have to retire earlier than planned. Among the 1,002 recent retirees who surveyed, 29% said the timing of the retirement was somewhat unexpected, while 31% said the timing was very unexpected, and 33% of those respondents said they left their jobs involuntarily. The largest number, 16%, had to retire because of health challenges, while 11% stepped away because they lost their job. 3% had to stop working because they needed to care for a spouse or a dependent, and another 3% because of their age. An individual forced to retire early often must acquire a new set of skills in order to secure another job, which can be particularly challenging since they've only known one single job industry, which forces them to go to college and boost their marketability. Most people don't know what they want to do with their career choice when they first get out of high school, which is okay. That is why most people wait to go to college. But when you have increased finances, starting college and going into a career choice you want could be the best choice. According to HuffPost, the average income for an individual is $40,000 a year. With a bachelor's degree, your income could increase by $20,000, up to an average of $60,000 per year. And if you head back to school yet again for your master's, then you would likely be bumping your income up again. With the national average at $81,000 per year, let's say you go back to college and spend $20,000 and you work for your MBA degree. There's no guarantee that you will get a promotion, but over the next couple of years, you will likely see your pay increase to the average, either by switching to another company or getting that long sought out promotion, thereby increasing your wages by $20,000 in that single year. Work for another 20 years, and your $20,000 investment, you earned an extra $400,000 a year in the next 20 years. I'd say that heading back to school would be worth it, wouldn't you? Increasing numbers of adults going back to school is indicative of several shifts that have occurred recently. The advent of an online education, our increasingly global economy, economic conditions that create early retirement, and less societal pressure to immediately attend college after high school. We should see even more adults returning to school in the next decade. Most wanting to further their education are worried about not having the money to pay for school. But before you just give up and look into different options of helping find your way through school, find the time to take and plan out your finances and apply for all and any scholarships. Go to the financial aid office and see what payment options you have. CNN Money talks about several options to help you pay for school. There are thousands of private scholarships out there from companies, nonprofits, and community groups. You can ask your high school guidance counselor or use a free online service like Scholarly that suggests scholarships you might be eligible for. You can fill out for the FAFSA, which is a free application, and the federal government can give out grants to states, and the federal government gives out grants which you do not need to be repaid. Most are awarded based on financial need and determined by the income you reported on your FAFSA. There are also work-study jobs. These are part-time jobs that pay students directly at least once a month. They can be on campus or near campus. The work-study jobs are jobs that are depending on your finances and the funding available at the school. And then there is always the option of taking out loans, which of course no one wants to go into debt with loans. And they should be your last resort, but they are often inevitable if scholarships and grants and savings don't cover the bill. You'll want to borrow money from the federal government before turning to a private lender, because federal loans offers lower interest rates and more borrower protections. This is another reason you should fill out the FAFSA. You won't be able to get a loan if you don't submit the form, but you should be able to borrow regardless of your income. There are options. This is something you should try. You should go to your financial aid office and discuss all options to help you to be able to attend college instead of just giving up and saying there is no way I can afford to further my education. You don't know what can happen if you don't try. So does it matter what your age is? No. Age isn't standing in your way of school. If furthering your education is something you want, then what is stopping you from getting what you want? I have 4 children, and as much as it can be a task sometimes, I'm still trying to push through college and get through college. So, why don't you step back and take a real deep thought on if you really want to go to school? If it's something you really want to do, look into all your options and go for it.